According to latest media reports, the engines on board India's first indigenous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant were fired up yesterday, as the Navy is starting on the next step of basin trials, with expectations that the carrier would be ready for operations by 2022. Senior officers have said that INS Vikrant will initially operate MiG-29K fighter jets, and could also feature limited numbers of naval Tejas aircraft, and the DRDO has promised to deliver a technically compliant fighter jet by 2026. India's first missile tracking ship is in advanced stage of construction at Hindustan Shipyard Limited, and it is expected to be handed over to the Navy in March 2020. The ship is fitted with primary X-band and secondary S-band active electrically scanned array radar and multiple tracking antennas. It will have a displacement capacity of 10,000 tons, with a speed limit of 26 knots. According to latest media reports, the AGNI-3 surface-to-surface nuclear-capable ballistic system had failed its recent night test that was conducted on 30th November. The AGNI-3 traveled around 115 kilometers into its initial flight trajectory, and it deviated from the flight path, which forced the mission team to terminate it midway. The exact reason behind the failure is yet to be found, but preliminary investigations have attributed it to manufacturing defects. India's Defence Acquisition Council had recently approved the procurement of 14 twin-engine heavy helicopters for the Indian Coast Guard. Experts have said that the likely contenders for the request for proposal include the Russian Kamov 31, H-225M helicopter of Airbus, and S-92 of Sikorsky, while Hindustan Aeronautics does not have a heavy helicopter in this range. If Sikorsky emerges as the lowest bidder, the sale would be concluded under the U.S. Foreign Military Sales Program. According to a defense expert, none of the major Make in India projects in the defense sector have actually taken off in the last 6 years, including mine-sweeping vessels, light utility helicopters, naval light utility and multi-role helicopters, FICV and FRCV project, and 114 combat fighter jets MMRCA tender. The contract for 6.7 lakh AK-203 rifles should be signed by early 2020, while the Tartu Airbus project to make 62 C-295 aircraft is awaiting clearance from the Cabinet Committee on Security. The Navy's case for 6 new stealth diesel-electric submarines is also far away from finalization. Japan and India have agreed to conduct their first joint fighter jet exercise in Japan, as part of efforts to promote bilateral security cooperation in the face of China's military build-up. India and Japan have also vowed to step up joint research and development in the area of unmanned ground vehicles and robotics. During the first 2+2 security discussion, the foreign and defense ministers of the two countries have welcomed the significant progress in the negotiations for the acquisition and cross-servicing agreement, which might be signed during the upcoming visit of the Japanese Prime Minister to India.